A stenographer from a Manhattan court has been fired after he went rogue. He got extremely drunk on the job, and instead of recording what was happening during court, including the dialogue, of course, he decided to write gibberish and things like, "I hate my job," repeatedly. Now, he did this for more than 30 court cases, and now authorities are scrambling to get some sort of record of what happened in those cases, because some of them were really, really serious. Some of them included convicted felons, and now those convicted felons are trying to appeal because they know that there's no record of those court proceedings.
Oh, God damn it.
Disaster.
Why? I know all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, but do that on your own time, man. Now if these like murderers or whatever get off because you're an idiot and we're like, I hate my job, oh, this is funny, I hate my job. Dude, go get some psychiatric help or something.
Yeah. So his name is Daniel Kochanski. And he said that or his family members, I should say, told the press that he became an alcoholic because the pressure of the job became so overwhelming, he didn't know how to deal with it. Now, he got fired back in 2012. He claims that he went to a rehabilitation program and that he's sober now, which I'm really happy about, right? But at the same time, like, look, I'm not giving him a pass. What he did was wrong. But I think that there is an important takeaway from the story because a lot of people do feel overworked. Like, we love what we do. We're overworked, but we like it. Mm-hmm. How many people have jobs that they absolutely hate and they have to work 16-hour days? And then they feel burnt out, and then that's what leads to substance abuse. That's what leads to mental breakdowns. And I feel bad for those people. You know what I mean? Like, it's a real issue that should be addressed.
I would hate to be a court stenographer. It's not for me. And now, obviously, some people I'm sure liked the job. Obviously, this dude hated his job. Mm-hmm. We got that fairly clearly. That was typed out over a great number of days. To me, the idea of listening and then trying to write it down all at the same time, I'd lose my mind in like 2 hours, let alone how long they do it. But then you gotta find a new job.
Yeah.
It's an important job, as it turns out, because people can then appeal and there's no record of it. You shouldn't I can't. I might have a little bit of sympathy for him. That's not going to change my mind.
Of course. I'm not saying, hey, he shouldn't have gotten fired. He should have totally gotten fired. What he did was wrong, but I still feel bad for him. We talked about Arianna Huffington's new book, Thrive. This is not a plug for a book, but I think it's an interesting topic. We were talking about it on The Point, and the whole book is about success and how do you define success. And she talked about, this one point in her career where she became so exhausted that she actually fell and she broke her cheekbone and she got a big gash on her head. And she's like, what am I doing?
Is she still crying about that? I'm playing.
Okay. So
I'm not David Feldman.
But she talked about something really interesting, because what is success? Okay, is success financial? And of course that's a component of it, but is success doing something that makes you feel fulfilled and happy?
Okay, look, so I'm torn on this because there's a lot I like about Arianna Huffington. I think Huffington Post changed the conversation in this country. I think it's a great website. Russell Simmons I've now interviewed like 4 times. I love him. He's a funny guy. They're both coming at it from the right place. But there's also, I have to be honest, and I've said this to Simmons like several times during the interviews, it comes across a little bit as unbearable.
Because they're elite and they're wealthy and they have the luxury of questioning whether or not they're doing something that makes them happy. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
So like it's after everybody makes a shitload of money, and then they turn around and they go, oh, you don't really need money. Now the thing is, they're not lying. They're right, because a lot of people have money aren't happy anyway, right? And that isn't really what brings you happiness. But it's easier to say that when you could pay your rent, right? When you can't pay your rent, that does make you unhappy, right? When you can't afford diapers for your kids, that makes you unhappy, right? So Arianna Huffington talks about how you got to get sleep. I'll sleep when the war is over, right? So she's right, and it would be lovely to get 8 hours of sleep. I would fucking love that, right? And Russell's right. We're buddies now. I'm calling him Russell. Okay, like it'd be great to meditate for 20 minutes. I would actually every day. I would actually really like that, right? But it's easier to say once you've made $300 million, which both of them kind of have.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that, and that is the unbearable aspect of what they're saying. But that isn't to say that they do make good points about sleep. So it's hard to say to someone who's a single mother working 2 or 3 jobs to support her kids, hey, you should get 8 hours of sleep. But for someone like you, Cenk, you can get 8 hours of sleep. You can. You're just an overachiever and you're going above and beyond the limits. You need to calm down, scale it back, get some sleep, and do you, okay? You need to take care of your health. No, don't. That's not what I meant. Anyway.
Okay, I hear you. I'll sleep when the war is over.
Okay.
Okay.